So inevitably, somebody's going to contact you and not want to pay your full price that you have quoted them. And they're going to counteroffer with this very lowball offer that's, if we're being honest, a little insulting, right? They're lowballing you. Let me tell you something. If you give someone a price and they respond with, well, all I have is less than what you asked for, or, okay, but I'll give you less than what you asked for. What I want you to do, if you're on the phone with them, I want you to take your phone and I want you to hit that little red button at the bottom. Just keep on tapping it. Then I want you to go into the contacts and just block the contact, okay? It's not worth negotiating with somebody like that because they don't respect you. People who lowball you with an insulting rate or an insulting counteroffer don't respect you. And I'm going to caution you from taking jobs like that, even if you desperately need the money. Because if they disrespected you at the front, when it's time to get paid, they're not going to pay you on time or ever, right? So if they lowball you up front and they haggle you down to a price that's insulting and you accept it, that means when it's time to pay, I mean, they already knew you're not going to honor your own boundaries. So what's the rush in paying you? You see what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword. If you accept something that's lower than your normal fee, then they know they can walk all over you, right? You have to know your worth, both as a business and as a person, because it turns out your business is an extension of you as an individual, right? And the same thing that makes a healthy relationship with another human being is the same thing that makes a healthy business relationship with a client. You must have boundaries. And if you don't, you will suffer. I think for most people, it's in their nature to try to test the limits of something, right? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. If you've ever come across a snack machine or a soda machine that is broken, where like you put your money in and it gives you two or something, right? And you're like, oh snap, this is great, right? And you paid $1 and you got 2 snacks or 2 drinks instead of 1 drink. And how do you feel? You feel happy, right? You got 2 for 1. Now, let's say you were the owner of that machine. How do you feel? Somebody stole from me. What happened? Why does the inventory not match up with the money that I have in this machine? What's going on? Did somebody steal from me? Someone must have stolen from me. The person who benefited from the broken machine is happy. The person who owns the machine is mad, right? The machine didn't have the proper boundaries. And so the person was able to take more than they paid for. While the business owner, the candy machine owner or the snack machine owner basically is now at a loss. And that's how this thing works, right? Your business has to be a functional snack machine. They put the correct amount of money in and they get the correct amount of service. You cannot allow them to get more than what they paid for, like crazy more, right? You can always give an extra level of service and go the extra mile from a service perspective, but the cost needs to stay the cost, right? You can always negotiate, but lowballing is disrespect, and you cannot deal with disrespect, okay? If you give someone a quote and they come in slightly lower and they say, well, I'm aware that I can get this potentially cheaper from somewhere else, and it's still within the ballpark of what you said, okay, that's negotiation. That's healthy. That's fine. Someone is saying that they're aware that you have a competitor and they want to know why you cost more. That is fine. Now you can have a discussion of, hey, okay, I feel like I bring this extra value. This is what I do. This other person you mentioned doesn't do all the things that I do. That's why I charge more. Okay, right? And maybe they decide to go with you or not, but at least they're not insulting you, right? That's negotiation. Negotiation is fine. But lowballing is disrespect. You say your rate is 500, they come back with 250. Do not deal with them Don't accept the job because you're probably not going to get paid on time, if at all, and you may not get paid all of it. Okay. So just be careful, because your worth as a business and your worth as a person both revolve around having healthy boundaries around what is okay and what is not okay. Okay. And people will always test you. Even the nicest people will try to test you. And if you mess up and you give them double than what they paid for, they'll be happy, but they're not going to come back and say, hey, I believe I owe you more money, right? If you got 2 for 1 at the snack machine because it was broken, do you go back and put in extra money to try to balance out so your karma feels good? No, you take the extra bag of M&Ms and you keep it moving. And you're happy. But it's technically theft. But because it gave you the extra bag of M&Ms, it doesn't feel like stealing. It feels like you got lucky and you took advantage of it. And we would all do that. I'm not judging you for that. I've done it. All right. If I ever found a broken machine, I'm gonna try to go back to that same machine. And let me tell you, that's another problem, right? What would you do if you found a snack machine that was reliably broken, where you always put in the wrong amount and got 2 for 1? What would happen? You would always go back. You would always go back to try to get as much free stuff as possible. It's human nature, right? At some point, at the beginning it was lucky, but now you're just hustling the system, but you can get away with it and there seems to be no consequence. So you're going to keep doing it. That's human nature, right? But again, what if you're the candy machine owner? You are losing money. You are hemorrhaging money at this point. It wasn't just one that you're short multiple. And what's going to happen with me, right? I'm going to tell all my buddies about this broken snack machine. And now, not only me, but there will be all my friends who are all hitting up this machine and basically emptying it dry, paying half the money to get twice the benefit. You get what I'm saying? That's how you get a stable of bootleg customers, right? Because one bootleg customer will talk to their bootleg friend, and now you have a bootleg group of people who are all hiring you, passing you around between them and their broke friends and their broke business associates. And next thing you know, you're always haggling to get paid, and you're just in a circle of disrespect, and all of them are ignoring your boundaries. All of them are ignoring your due dates. All of them are ignoring your price quotes. And that is a spiral of doom. Okay? You can never allow yourself to lower your boundaries for one person, because that person's going to talk to another person. Networking, let me put it this way. Referrals work in both directions. You can get referred to bad customers, or you can get referred to good customers. Good customers respect your boundaries, negotiate a little bit, but pay you on time and respect your price and your quote. They're going to refer you to other good customers who also respect you. Bad customers will pass you along to their bootleg friend who also has no money, also is making promises to pay you when they don't have any revenue coming in. They're just hoping that they'll have the revenue by the time it's time to pay you. And when you ask for money, that's when they tell you all the things about what they don't have, what they ain't got, and how they got bills and all that. You get what I'm saying? Stay away from the lowballers, because they have no money and they do not respect you. Go with the healthier client, right? Because it's the same thing you would do as a person. A healthy person wants to be around friends and associates that respect you, respect them, and do what they say they're going to do, right? Because if you work with these bootleg people, you're going to get really mad and you're always going to be stressed out. You work with these other people, you can grow your business because you can rely. It's one less thing to worry about. You don't have to worry so much about bootleg people not paying you. You can focus more on delivering good service. Over here, you got to focus on, do I need to roll up on this person at their house or at their church or at their job to get my money? And how threatening do I need to be with court systems, or just like fighting? Like how persuasive do I have to be to get my money? Versus over here, you're running a business, right? So Know your worth as a person and a business. As a business, you just figure out your competitors. You kind of know who's charging what, charge the same rate, you know what I'm saying? And be able to justify why you're charging what you charge. But if someone comes in way lower than that, no, don't waste your time. Don't entertain them. Don't go back and forth with them. Don't negotiate with someone who doesn't respect you, because it's not worth your time, and they're not going to pay you anyway. Okay? So yeah, healthy relationships, personal or business, you need that. Don't let people waste your time. I'm not going to get into the personal side. I don't know, if y'all got friendships and relationships and marriages, look, it's the same thing. If they don't respect you, don't talk to them. Don't mess with them. Don't fool with them. Try not to curse. All right. Y'all take it easy. Until next time. See y'all later.